Monday morning to you. It is 9:58 a.m., so we're getting started just a few minutes early here on WDBX FM Carbondale. The show is Talk of the Town. I'm one of your hosts, Amy Fox, as well as your other host, Mr. Gary Williams.
Good morning, Amy.
Glad to have you 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
It's awesome. And we have lots of exciting things going on in the community. One coming up, it's hard to believe, in just another week. March is just around the corner. SIU getting ready for their Day of Giving on March the 6th. We have Rebecca Renshaw and Matt McCoy both in studio this morning. Thank you both for joining us. And for anyone in the community who doesn't know what the Day of Giving is all about, if you can tell us a little bit about the history of the event and how people can get involved.
Sure. Thanks, Amy, for having us. So the SIU Day of Giving started, this is going to be our third year now, started a couple of years ago. The idea being trying to come up with new ways to raise funds for Southern Illinois University. And a lot of things is going digital now. So we said, well, let's come up with some kind of digital fundraising, ways for people to get involved in a quick 24-hour period that kind of shows the need for fundraising as well. So we started a couple of years ago. We didn't really know what we were going to raise. It was our first year. We had a lot of great donors step up, and we raised $341,000 in our first year. Last year was our second year. We thought, all right, let's do a little bit better, and we did, raising $480,000. So this year being our third year, and we'll talk in a minute about the big celebration that's happening as well. We're hoping to go up beyond $500,000 this year. So,
what's and I was so excited when you guys decided to do this. I know other universities, competing universities, have done it as well and had a lot of success. What in terms of those numbers? Those sound like big numbers. I mean, is that kind of typical for a university this size, or can you speak to that a little bit?
I think we've done tremendous on this. I was looking at a St. Louis University who just had their Day of Giving, and I think they only raised $200,000. So I think we are doing extremely well. And I don't know, Matt, what would you say? Would you say that this is pretty typical for other universities?
Yeah, and I know the first year whenever we did this, I think University of Louisville had just done their first one, and they'd raised, I think, right around $100,000. So we were kind of watching that closely as we were kind of competing a little bit there. And as soon as we surpassed them within the first 8 or 10 hours, we were super excited. So I'd say, we're right up there with some of the best. And there are some people that step up and make some major gifts that really help us. And a lot of people now even hold off on their giving and say, I'm going to wait and give on Day of Giving. So it's really been a great thing to see.
It probably speaks to the network of alumni, and I think a lot of times folks are surprised, and it's always nice when I get the alumni magazine. It's always a nice reminder of the I think it's 250,000 active alumni that are around the country and world.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to point out is you don't have to give $1,000 or $5,000. It can literally be a donation of $10, $20, especially for those new alums. And as you begin to make more, you can give more. But it really does add up, and the more people you can get involved, I'm sure the more benefits you see.
Definitely, and it also encourages students into the world of philanthropy. Mm-hmm. Many of them would not be there had they not received a scholarship from someone else. So it's really opening that door to the importance of giving for students as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. Are the funds, do they just go into like a general fund for the university, or can folks, I would assume folks can earmark them for specific things, or can you talk a little bit about what the funding is used for?
Sure. What's great about this is there's over 28 to 30 different funds that we or areas of focus that we make for a Day of Giving. So people nowadays really want to give to something where they can see the outcome of their gift. For instance, the first year we did the renovation of SIU's campus lake, and we raised over $100,000 just for that. But there's all kinds of scholarships that are set up. One neat thing for this year is there's a new plaza on campus. So the Alumni Association has established a new Alumni Plaza that's going to be right in the middle of the campus. So that's one of our big fundraising efforts for this year, so people can kind of give to help support that. There's this new Facebook group that was created recently from the 80s and 90s alums, and they've got like 13,000 members already in like a 2 or 3 week period, and they've set up their own scholarship. So that's really been neat to follow too as well. But yeah, they can give to anywhere, and if it's not listed, they can write it into as well. So if there's something they're passionate about, they don't see, anybody can write something into.
And I guess one of the most important questions is how can people give? How do they donate the money to the university?
they can go online because it's a 24-hour period of giving. They would go to siuday.siu.edu on March 6th, and then they can give that way. If they want to give today, they can go to siuf.org//give and then indicate in an area that it's for the Day of Giving.
And you'll also have people stationed throughout the campus on March the 6th, so if they feel better having someone kind of walk them through the process, or if they do have questions, you'll have these locations throughout campus.
Yes, we are going to have a booth at the Student Center, and we will also have one at Morris Library. Now, do you want to talk about the colleges that are going to be participating as well?
Yeah, so we also encourage each college on campus in their own buildings to set up like a table or a booth to encourage faculty, staff, and students to give as well. So if anybody in the community is out around campus, you more than likely will see somebody representing Day of Giving. So just stop by and ask anybody, and we'll be happy to help you.
And this year's Day of Giving is maybe a little bit more special than years past. Tell us about the theme, Celebrate.
Well, it also coincides with SIU's 150th birthday. So we're super excited that the Day of Giving is going to be the kickoff for a year-long celebration. So, of course, we're using the gift box because it's a Day of Giving. It's also a birthday. So I think that works perfectly with Celebrate.
And the event starts at 2 o'clock, Morris Library. In terms of parking, where are the best places for visitors to do that?
There will be some limited parking, probably right out in front of the library. Otherwise, any
in front of the Student Center.
Student Center is a good
Yeah.
place too as well. There's plenty of metered parking all throughout campus. So
Now, the event actually starts at 6 a.m. on that day, and then we will be having booths set up about 9 or 10 a.m., and then we're going to also have a mosaic wall located near Feiner, unless it's cold, which it might be, and then we're going to move that to Morris Library. The Student Center is having a carnival for students, so you walk into the Student Center, you know that there's a party going on. And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to have a special celebration presentation from the theater at Morris Library.
And I'm sure you've heard a lot of success stories, or a lot of students moved by this particular event because they are direct recipients of these scholarships and of these donations. Does one of those stories come to mind to either one of you?
The food pantry.
yeah, so the food pantry on campus, which was created, I think it's been maybe 3 years now. People give monetary donations. They give canned items as well, and we've seen quite a few donations come in on Day of Giving for that. I think last number I heard was 15 or so, 15 to 20 students that are using that each week. I think they can come once a month, but and then I know the library purchased some new technology, some new 3D printing technology for students to use as well, and of course tons and tons of scholarships. So not just scholarships, but also those program supports and updating technology so students have the best technology available for them.
And anything else you can think of, Gary?
No, just the importance of it. I mean, it's you guys, not to get too sidetracked into all the, one of our favorite topics is state issues and federal and all these other things. Is that what we've seen over the years is with higher ed, the way that institutions like SIU are funded, public universities have to rely more and more on these fundraising types of activities from their alumni. So in order for programs and the university itself to remain sustainable, how important is it, you guys, that alumni are active and engaged and donating back to the university?
It's incredibly important. I mean, you said it perfectly, Gary. We really do rely on alumni and community support to help fund all these programs on campus. And we are currently coming. Let's see, it'll be January when we'll come to the end of a 3-year campaign called Forever SIU that the foundation's been running, and we had a $75 million goal for that, and we're currently at $71 million. So we should be surpassing that any time, way before the end of our time frame, which was by the end of this year. So big things happening, and we really are doing great things for SIU.
And it's really rewarding too. So I don't often like to mention things like this on the air, but a number of years ago, I became a donor for a scholarship program through the Paul Simon Institute, and it enables women that have interest in public service to get a scholarship to come here, and it's extremely rewarding, right? It's a hard decision to make at the first, but then when you first get that glimpse of or a photo of a student that accepted this scholarship that you made help make possible for them to attend school, it's just an extremely rewarding feeling. And so that to me too is part of the importance of donating back to the SIU. Is I think anybody that's alumni here can say that the university getting an education here has given them a lot, right? So it's incumbent upon us to give back where we can.
Yeah, one of the better events that the foundation does each year is a scholarship brunch, where we bring in all the donors and they get to be paired up with their student recipients of the scholarships, and just seeing that interaction is really fantastic, and that's a great event too.
That was a free plug to you guys. I'll just say.
Thank you. Yes.
And one thing I think is really cool on your website, you have a map of the United States, and the goal is to paint each of those states maroon for Salukis, and you have Salukis all across the country, all across the globe, really, and it's just really neat to see people not only here in Carbondale and Southern Illinois, but all across the map rally behind this university on this one day out of the entire year. Does this exceed your expectations when you started this a couple years ago?
Oh, sure. I mean, the first year I went around campus and tried to explain what the Day of Giving was, and I felt like I was talking Greek to people. They were like, what is this woman? What is she trying to explain to us? But now I think everybody gets it. Everybody's excited. They want their photo taken with the gift box. They want on our social media. And it's really just one day where everybody comes together. The community comes together with us. Everybody on campus, the students, faculty. It's going to be a fun day.
And I'll add, too, in regards to Amy, like you're talking about that map, which is really fun. Last year, we even had some gifts come internationally, so there are people all over the world that are coming. So this year, we're like, let's have a map of the whole world this year. Mm-hmm. So not just the United States, but if you're living somewhere in Europe, Canada, anywhere in the world, you give a gift, and your country's going to turn maroon, too, as well. So that's kind of neat.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm sure you update the community and people who are giving throughout the day where you're at on your goals and how much more you have to give.
Yes, there's a ticker tape that starts at 6 a.m. on that day, and it goes until 6 a.m. the following day. So a lot of people on campus have that up all day long during work, and they can see it's, increase, and they get to see who donated. And
it's in real time, so as soon as you make a gift, you'll see the tally board update. So kind of like when you think of like those telethons, when they're those TV telethons, you see them, they're always updating the totals. So it's happening in real time, so it's really fun.
And it's really exciting, too, to see what time of day is the most popular for the donations and everything like that. If someone is listening this morning and would like more information, or maybe would like to get involved, who do they need to contact? What website do they need to go to?
Well, they can contact me, Rebecca Renshaw. It's Rebecca R. at foundation.siu.edu, or they can contact Matt.
So my information is Matthew M. at foundation.siu.edu, or 618-453-6096. And, of course, to donate on the day, it's siuday.siu.edu.
And lots of excitement about to happen on the campus of Southern Illinois University here in Carbondale. Anything else the two of you would like to add? Maybe I forgot to mention, if anyone's been on social media, they've seen those cool pictures with the Saluki dogs and the boxes. If someone would like to do that, do they just need to contact one of you?
They would need to contact me. So my phone number is 618-453-1328.
And you guys have gotten a lot of different people involved with those pictures. I know we hosted a photo shoot at City Hall, and I've seen a lot of the athletes involved, different faculty and staff. So it's really fun to see everyone kind of come forward, whether you are born and raised here in Southern Illinois or from another part of the country and decided to come to SIU. It's just great to see all of the community support for this one day. So, best of luck with fundraising.
Thank you.
Thanks you guys for coming in.
We're crossing our fingers for good news and breaking goals.
And what was the number last year? It was
480,000.
So we have to beat 480. So is there a goal this year?
481,000.
How about 500?
Yeah, no, we'd really like to see
500,000.
500,000.
Yeah, that's a great
That'd be
number.
fantastic.
Yep,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait for March 6th. We're going to take a short break and get you some announcements, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, this is Alicia with the City of Carbondale here to bring you this week's calendar of events. On Tuesday, February 26, 2019, beginning at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., it's the Informational Employment Workshop. Learn about permanent employment opportunities and application procedures from 3 of Southern Illinois' top employers: City of Carbondale, Southern Illinois Healthcare, and Southern Illinois University. This event will take place at the Carbondale Civic Center located at 200 South Illinois Avenue. For more information, please call 618-453-5738. And on Saturday, March 2nd, 2019, it's Fresh Fitness. Fresh Fitness will take place at Carbondale Community High School. The exercise class will be held this Saturday during the Carbondale Community Farmers Market from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. SIU Student Recreation Center instructors will teach a variety of cardio and strength training classes throughout the program. No experience is necessary. Participants are encouraged to wear comfortable clothes and bring a water bottle, towel, or yoga mat. A cash donation of $5 is suggested. If you have questions or would like more information, please call 618-559-1939. For more information on these events and others, please visit our website at WDBX.org or explorecarbondale.com, or you can reach us by phone at 618-457-3228. Thank you and have a great week.
Good Monday morning to you. The time now is 10:15 a.m. You're listening to Talk of the Town on WDBX FM Carbondale. We have Jim Dooley here in studio from the Lions Club. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Well, thank you for having me.
And you guys are gearing up for an event on Friday. Hard to believe it's March the 1st, from 8:30 to 4:30 on the campus of SIU. If you'd like to share a little bit more about that.
We're going to be in the ASA building, which for those of us like me who have never been in this building, it is directly to the east of Campus Lake or directly to the west of the basketball arena.
So it's the engineering. Most of us.
It's the engineering building. Yes, or the dental building.
Yep.
And it will be our program will be done in conjunction with the dental program's kids cleaning this Friday as well. Teeth cleaning.
Awesome.
So you folks are going to be doing the free vision screenings.
We're going to be doing a free vision screening for all children between 6 months and 6 years of age. And the purpose of that is to try and find potential causes of illness or sicknesses, of eye diseases that could cause blindness. And most children that age are not checked for anything other than needed for glasses. So this machine that we have, in conjunction, by the way, with the Carterville Lions Club, and they'll be over here with us, will not be intrusive. As a matter of fact, the machine will be a yard away from the children, and it will give either a pass or a refer outcome from the test. And if there's a refer, we're going to recommend that the test be taken over to an optometrist and a good close look be taken at the child. So it's absolutely free, and all children are invited. And we do have to have consent from a parent or guardian, and any time between 8 and 4:30. And
so 6 months up to how old?
6 years.
6 years, okay.
And do people need to make an appointment, or can they just show up on Friday?
We're first come, first serve.
Okay.
For those that are going to the dental cleaning, they do need appointments, although they will try and accommodate walk-ins.
And why is this something that the Lions Club decided to kind of rally behind and offer this year?
Well, the Lions, in our 101 years of existence, at their very first banquet, the speaker was Helen Keller. Mm-hmm. And from that point on, vision and blindness have been their adopted charity. So We, a couple years ago, did a fundraiser that we donated money for the Camp Beta for kids with diabetes, because diabetes is the number one cause of blindness. And this particular machine that we bought in conjunction with the Carterville Club costs around $7,100. Wow. So it's something that if we can just prevent one child from going blind, it's worth every dime of the investment.
Mm-hmm. And it's really important, too, to catch it at a young age, rather than wait until you're an adult.
By then it could well be too late,
right.
Yes. So, we can't prevent diabetes, at least type 2 diabetes. We can't prevent type 1, which is inherited, but we can take a look for a variety of potential diseases, which all could end up being caused something called lazy eye. Mm. And that's a preventable, absolutely preventable disease.
And it's a great partnership between the university and the Lions Club, as well as 2 Lions Clubs working hand in hand to bring this to Southern Illinois.
We were kind of struggling about where we were going to do this, and we have had a couple of offers in town, but to be able to do this with a group that already has been doing tooth cleaning for a number of years and has an established routine for getting it done, they expect we're going to see over 60 children.
Wow. That's
which
wonderful.
Is a wonderful, yes.
So how does the test work? You said you're like a yard away. So explain this for overprotective parents like yourself.
And we expect to see your child, by the way. I'm
sorry. Explain exactly.
What
kind of procedure are you guys proposing?
Well, the child, if the child is old enough, will sit down on a chair. And if the child isn't old enough, then the parent will sit in the chair and hold the child, and we'll get that machine about a yard away, and it will take a look into the eyes. And it takes about 2-3 minutes. To capture all the data that it needs, and then it gives a little printout, and that little printout basically says we either pass or we're going to refer you on. Hopefully we're going to have every child that comes in pass.
So this is just really the first step in making sure that your child doesn't have any vision problems.
Absolutely.
And then if they do get the need to go to an eye doctor, they can make that appointment and hopefully get further attention in treatment.
I believe the first time that this machine was used over in Carterville, 5 or 6 kids were referred, and only one actually had an issue. Oh. But the Southern received a wonderful letter of thanks from the parents because their child's vision was saved.
And especially when you have a child that's 6 months old or, under the age of 3, a lot of times they can't communicate, like, hey, I can't see something. And it's not until the child starts kindergarten or preschool that then it's brought to their attention, like, hey, Sally's having trouble seeing the chalkboard, or Sally's having trouble reading this book. So once again, it's so nice to be able to catch it early. And
this machine was designed intentionally for early detection of very young children.
And if people do have questions or would like more information, who do they need to contact?
Well, I guess they can get in contact with me. The other person coordinating this is a Lion that's on campus named Brad Hagee. And so I guess he's brad.hagee at siu.edu, and I'm Jim A. Dooley at gmail.com.
Great. And is there anything else you would like to add? Maybe I forgot to ask you. One question, I know that there was probably a lot of fundraising that went into collecting the $7,100 to buy this machine. What were some of the things that you did to
in this case, the Lions reached in their pockets.
Okay.
We didn't do external fundraising at all. Now, I'm not sure what all the Carterville people did, but I think that they actually had a couple foundations made some donations as well. Okay. So it wasn't just the 2 clubs alone that made this investment, but I think we probably did the vast bulk of it.
And that says a lot about your passion for children, your passion for, vision. And then also, I think it says volumes of the types of individuals you have involved in your club. They see the bigger picture, and they're wanting to lend a helping hand to a child or a family.
We have a service committee that I guess we donate about $11,000 a year to various charities, and this came out of that bucket last year. So this year, our big fundraisers obviously is our pancake breakfast, and we'll be doing one the last weekend in April and the last weekend in September. Everybody is welcome to come to the pavilion, and for $6 you get all the pancakes you can eat, and we take that money, and all of it, every dime goes right back into our charities locally.
Yeah, so and let's talk about that a little bit, Jim, because this is just, Amy touched on this is one thing, but I'm always impressed with the group that are Lions, because one, you all are supposed to be retired, and I don't know when you're getting any rest, because you're involved in so many community activities like Habitat, and there's a refugee group that we've been working on, and all kinds of other events, organizations in the community. But the Pancake Days is there's a lot of planning and stuff that goes into this, right?
Oh,
it's our big fundraiser.
We've started pancake planning already for the spring one, and it is a effort where every Lion will participate, or
one way or the other.
One way or the other, or our chief arm twister will make sure that they are contacted and twisted into at least one session for their time. We start this physically. We start this the week beforehand, when we go and acquire all the materials we're going to need. But planning-wise, we have already started planning for this spring Pancake Days.
And it's basically it's $6, right? It's Saturday and Sunday, and do you have the dates in April?
The last weekend in April, which I believe is the 27th, 28th, is Saturday and Sunday.
Yep.
And
it's from and what were the times again?
7 to 1 on Saturday and 8 to 1 on Sunday.
Yep.
So if you like to sleep in, you still can do that and still get pancakes.
Yes, although on Sunday when the teardown is done, the people that show up at 5 minutes to 1 are generally not as well appreciated as they would be at other times. Tables start coming down around them, and the tent goes down. Anybody who hasn't seen the pancake machine should invest $6 just to come and see that machine.
Yeah, it's quite a relic, but it still works very, very well.
There was only 7 ever made, and there's only 3 still running, and we can make 2,500 pancakes an hour.
Wow, unbelievable! So come hungry.
Come hungry.
And it's at the Pavilion downtown, so it's there's plenty of parking around there, and it's always a nice event, and people are in a great mood, and usually the weather's.
And even if the weather's not
cooperative.
good, we do have siding that we put around the pavilion so that rain or wind doesn't bother people, and it's something that over the years has really evolved into something that now we kind of have down to a semi-science. Mm-hmm. Well, semi-science. It probably isn't perfect.
And just to kind of go back to the vision screenings that you will be offering on Friday at SIU, is this an event or a program that you're hoping to offer for many years to come, like
Absolutely.
the Pancake Days?
We may not just limit it to this one time a year as well. We've had an inquiry from being able to do it maybe at the Irma Hayes Center, and we'll do it until we can reach out to all children.
That's great.
And we have to do it each year to make sure that nothing comes up that hasn't happened before.
And do you do the test yourself, or do you bring someone in from the outside to do
Actually,
the
test?
testing?
The Carbondale Lions, the Carterville Lions people are trained, and they will do the test. Great. And what our Carterville people, while they're testing, we in Carbondale will make sure the forms are signed and the kids stand in a straight line.
So it is a collaborative effort and a true partnership. Is there anything else, Jim, you'd like to add? Maybe we forgot to ask you.
Well, let me tell you the kind of things that we hope to screen out here.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do this with the scientific names because I can't pronounce them.
It's all right.
We're going to check for farsightedness, nearsightedness, blurred vision, something called unequal refractive power, and unequal pupil size, and eye misalignment, and corneal scars. And those all can lead to what is called lazy eye. So hopefully the most common things that will affect children are going to be all screened by this machine.
Wow. It's amazing what technology can do nowadays.
It is stunning. This machine, by the way, is made in Germany by a company called Plus Optics. And if anybody wants to get it, it's plusoptics.com. It's a fabulous website, too. It explains a lot more than I'm going to be able to do.
Okay. So hopefully we have kids that show up on Friday, and this really makes a difference in their lives.
Yeah, this is a no-cost deal. I need to make sure people understand that they can just come.
Come, show up, and hopefully get there before 4:30.
Hopefully get there before 4:30, yes. I'm sure we'll stay if there's a line.
All right. Thanks so much, Jim. Lots of good information.
Thanks for having me over.
And that does it for us today. We hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week. Try to enjoy some of the sunshine and the warmer temperatures. This is WDBX FM Carbondale. Have a great day.